So today I purchased a pair of turbos and some turbo manifolds that I found on eBay. There have been a lot of tests on these. These are $240 piece turbos that you can get. Um, uh, there are cheaper versions of them depending upon which way you go. You can get smaller housings, bigger housings, T3s, T4s. I went with a set of T3s. I'm not looking to add a million horsepower. It's more for show and a little bit of go. These will be piped into they will be intercooled. They will be turbocharged. It's never going to see more than probably 6-7 pounds of boost at the tops. So we're looking at pushing about 3 pounds of boost per each. Did my research on the internet and found multiple YouTube videos where they tested these cheap turbos, and they actually produced 30 to 40% gains in horsepower. So if you are thinking of doing a turbo job, these are kind of the thing. The other thing you got to figure out is what type of turbo manifold to find. They have a bunch of different ones. The ones that I needed them to run to the front of the motor, and I needed them to be about at the same level as the exhaust system. I've got an intercooler that I'm going to be getting that has an inlet on both sides, and then an exhaust on the passenger side to feed back to the fuel the fuel injection system that I'm probably going to end up going with. So it's good for my needs. The only issues I'm seeing, and I'll show them to you here in a minute, I've got them all mounted up, and it's an interesting setup because both sides are exactly the same, but the way that they're made, one tips up a little bit, one tips down a little bit, which is really strange. On both sides, I do have to add a 40-degree turn, and I'll show you all that here in a moment as I flip around the camera and show you the engine in its entirety with the manifolds on. I'm not putting the turbos on today because I have to clock them. They're clocked wrong. They've got the when I bolt the turbos on, the intake side is pointed right at the block and bumps right into it. So I've got some 40 degree turns coming in that'll move them to the area that I need them in. But I'll show you these headers and everything. Do remember to heat wrap all this stuff. These are nice polished stainless steel, but they're going to generate so much heat with that turbo and everything there that you do want to wrap the whole thing as much as you can. I plan to wrap the flange and everything because it is right next to, on one side, the power steering pump. I mean, it's within less than an inch, and I'll show you the little things here and there. But I have wrapped my headers on my that are in the car right now on the old engine, and it does reduce that temperature greatly. You wrap them, and then you also spray them with the VHT or whatever high temp header paint you have, and that actually knocks the heat way down. Make sure you get a turbo cover, the whole 9 yards, because these things will generate a ton of heat sitting here. So anyway, I'll flip the camera around. I'll show you some of the points that I've run into, and some of the issues that these will have, and some of the solutions that I'm going to give a shot to see if they work. And I'll film the whole thing as I do it. So here we go. Put you on my tripod so that I don't have you meandering all over the place. So here we've got our engine. The one side, that, as you see, that one goes down, one goes up. So this one they set a little bit offset, which isn't a big deal. Misses the serpentine belt by quite a bit. You can get your pinky in there, so that's good. The issue is right here on the power steering. Get spun around here. That cap is right there, a finger away from the actual header itself. The headers themselves, this is stainless. They've been tested. I saw a test on these on a YouTube video. These are all stainless. The flanges are steel. This is steel, and so is this flange. They kind of complained because they wanted stainless steel on everything, but this is a nice thick flange. I mean, it's heavy duty, and so is this one, and that's kind of what you want because you're going to be hanging weight here. So you definitely want a good sized flange. This flange is, oh wow, quite thick. Issues that you're going to run into mounting these is all the bolts went in just fine. I gotta put my lipstick out here. All the bolts went in just fine, except on this side. On the other side, the front one I couldn't get it in. On this side, the middle one right here I can't get in. So I'm thinking I'll probably have to run a stud or something of that nature here in this hole, or wallow it a little bit so that I can get in, the nut in there a little bit sideways and tighten it up. But other than that, I mean, everything's all hunky-dory. This belongs over here. Fits real good. It's flush. They give you a nice gasket to go with it. I bought extra gaskets just to make sure. But yeah, as I said, this one tips up, and as you can see, the flange is right here next to that serpentine, and you can bet bottom dollar if this is not wrapped, this will melt. I guarantee it. These are water-cooled and oil-cooled turbos, so that'll definitely help, keep things cool in the area. But you're definitely going to want to wrap this, and or if I had a TIG right now, I would probably cut this pipe and start turning it here.